Hello YouTube, it's me, Chris here. This is Conversation with a Loner. And first couple things, I had I think it was Lightly Salted asked me how I came about doing this. Well, I've always been a fan of YouTube. I've been watching YouTube videos for many years, and the boom of just average people getting on there and not mainly talking about what I'm talking about, but you know, just regular people getting their cameras out and the ability to upload videos and send them to the world with, you know, hopes that somebody will see them and, you know, maybe they'll become popular, or who knows. That's was always intriguing to me, but I wasn't worried about becoming popular. I wanted to do this, and I figured I got a camera that's capable enough that I wanted to do this to try to meet some people, make friends, and have a life, because I don't have a life and I've never had a life. So I was hoping that by getting on YouTube, being real, honest, open, and talking about a disease that so many people suffer from, and just, you know, explaining and talking about what it's like to live with this disease and what it's like to have lived with it for so many years and to have no friends and to be a true loner. You know, I figured by getting this message out, either I'm going to help somebody who's struggling, who's a young kid or teenager who's going through what I went through, and maybe they'll see what I'm doing and they don't want to end up like me, so maybe that'll motivate them to get themselves some proper help and treatment, something that I regret never doing. Even though I did have counseling and get medicines, it's just they never worked. The medicines didn't work, and the counseling, I may have never truly 100% really followed through with what I should have in my younger days. And maybe I didn't, you know, maybe I was just so set in the fact that, you know, I was born with this is my life, nobody likes me, so, you know, you can tell me to do this and you can tell me to do that, but it's not going to make people like me, you know, because at the end of the day I'm still going to be depressed and have anxiety. But anyways, I got into YouTube. I started last year and I just uploaded 2 videos, and I know I had said that I thought those videos were from March, and no, my camera had the wrong date. Those videos I uploaded were my first 2 videos I ever tried back at the end of last year, late November, and that was my first attempt at this. And when the audio wouldn't line up and there was no way I was going to leave it up there, and so you got them. You got a little bit of me and what I was originally set out to do last year, and the only thing that's changed is where I've got the camera sitting, and everything's still the same. I may sound a little different in what I'm saying, but overall it's the same general message. So again, back to Lightly Salted, the reason I'm on YouTube is just for that. You know, YouTube is a place for regular people to make videos. Anybody can do it, even you can do it. And, you know, get your message across and hopefully, you know, gain something out of it. And someone who inspired me, and I'm going to make a big credit to this guy. And obviously, you know, he doesn't watch my videos, and I don't blame him. I mean, he's busy, he's got his life going, he's doing really well. And I would not blame him I would not blame him at all for not watching my videos, because, you know, he's got his own issues in his own life. You know, I subscribe to him and watch his videos, but that's just my thing. You know, he's getting better. So Donley Miller is, you know, what inspired me to start over and try it again. And also, I was steadfast in searching how to get the audio to line up, and thankfully I had a program, and it's on everybody's computer pretty much, Windows Movie Maker, that all I had to do was take the video, upload it into that, run it through, do a little editing, put an intro on it. You know, I could do all kinds of things to these videos. I could edit the way, you know, I look, as far as the way the color of the video is. I could add audio in the background. I could do a lot of things with that. I might get in deeper into it, but, you know, the main thing, the audio is fine. When I was taking the videos from the camera to the computer and straight to YouTube, 3 to 5 seconds, the audio was off. So anyways, Donley Miller is my inspiration for restarting. He's doing really well. I don't care what he says. Here he is at school. He's hanging out with people, and for him to still sit around. Actually, I said it back. I've noticed the titles of his videos are much better than 36-year-old virgin with no friends, or 36-year-old virgin with severe mental illness, or whatever. his titles are a little bit better. They're not discussing that, and he's hanging out with people. He's going to college. Donley Miller is succeeding. He cannot absolutely tell me that he has not made a single friend at that school and does not hang out with anybody from that school, because if he does, he's lying. He is lying. And no offense, Donley, you're probably not even going to watch this anyways, but you are making friends, you're progressing, and I am telling you, Donley, the way you're going, dude, you are going to meet a female within the next year, and you're going to have a girlfriend. By this time next year, you'll be in love. 100% Donley. And I know this because I've watched you progress, and I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing a change in you. I'm seeing a change in your attitude slightly. You're hanging out with people. There are females in that group, and I'm just, if you stick with it, what you're doing, you're 7 years older than me, but that's inspiring me to maybe go back to school. Now, I can't go to a big university. I don't know if Western Washington University, I don't know how big it is. I know it's not, Washington State, the Huskies, or, I don't know how big of a school it is. But here we have University of West Florida and Pensacola State College. I think the University of West Florida would be a little better for me, but in order to go there, I have to go through the State College for 2 years and then transfer over there. But the way the Pell Grant would work, as I understood it. So that's how I got into this YouTube, Lightly Salted. I aspired last year, and what re-inspired me was Donley Miller, just to get my message out there. So that's your answer. Now I want to talk real quick. I don't have much time here. It's Wednesday. It's Halloween. Halloween, whatever. I don't give out candy, unfortunately. Just not my thing. My light's off. My house is completely dark. And the funny thing is, people will still in my neighborhood come up and knock. I mean, when the lights are off and you can't see any lights on in the house, don't knock. Don't bother. No offense to anybody, but I'm not going to give out any candy. I'm not, no. That's just not me. Halloween's not big to me. I mean, when I was a kid, yes. Not anymore. It's just another day, and I guess for kids, sure. For kids, awesome. Great. Halloween's great, but for me, no. Now I want to talk briefly about an MTV show that's debuting in November. It's called Catfish. Where was this show when I was young? This show takes people who have been in relationships online for many years and never met each other. And this guy is going out and trying to bring them together to see if they're speaking the truth, if the person they think is really that person. You see, the guy that does the show, unfortunately, he had done this and it didn't work out. The person he thought was not. And I've lived this, the late 90s, and I've said this in my other videos. You can go back and watch my catalog of videos about my late 90s experience meeting 3 girls off the internet. And this is back in the infancy when the internet, was just starting to grow. And as far as, people having it, and only, you had to be, I guess, rather, I don't know, where I was from, Pensacola here, the people who had AOL, it was AOL, not Yahoo, no, it was AOL. AOL had chat rooms, you had city chat rooms. So AOL was a thing, and that's back when AOL was its own little, that was, AOL was the internet. I met 3 girls off of there, and I talked to them for many months, and then we finally met. Nope, didn't want nothing to do with me. I don't want to talk about that right now, but I've experienced this 4 times, and then most recently in 2008. I got led on, went out on 3 dates, and the 4th date's when I found out it was all a sham for someone to make $100. And if you want to reference a video, go watch my video on the cruel person I met in 2008, where I discussed this. So I've lived the Catfish show, and what was this show when I was around? They didn't have shows like that, and I would love, more than anything, to not be on the show because I'm not dealing with it now, but to share my experiences, just to There's something I haven't revealed, and maybe I should. I don't know. I'm gonna reveal it because this Catfish show is a good thing. I think it's right for people who fall in love with people over the internet, and that's what I'm trying to do here. It's not working out in my local town, but maybe I'll meet somebody off the internet from Pensacola. Who knows? If I ever meet anybody, which I probably never will. But this is what I'm trying to do. So the whole aspect of Catfish is, you know, people who fall in love, talk for many years, finally meeting each other. Well, I've already experienced this 4 times unsuccessfully, but I'd like to think that I would know the signs and stuff. So if it happens again, I wouldn't be so easily fooled and tricked into it, setting up for another heartbreak. But basically, this is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to meet someone and fall in love over this internet, because I feel like this is the best place for me to get to know somebody. With my anxiety issues, it's going to be hard for me to go out to places and meet someone that way, the traditional way. But if I can meet somebody over the internet, start talking with them over the internet, share video chats with these people, with this person, you know, we can share videos, and then we can talk over the phone, you know, chat, whatever, over the internet for a while before we take that step of trying to meet each other. If this ever happens to me, which more than likely it's never going to, but again, back, I guess I'll share it now. Back in 2002, no, early 2003, I was just got my first job. I was heavy into drugs, and I was in a period where I was slowing down on the drugs. So I was taking prescription lower tab pills illegally, and I was smoking marijuana, and every now and then I was doing a little cocaine. But you know, I was really heavy into that, but I was slowing down, and I got my first real job. And I was on the internet, and I talked to someone for a good year and a half. This person I never met. But this person that I talked to for that year and a half really helped me. Slowed me down on drugs. I thought I was gonna, you know, finally fall in love, and this time it was gonna be real, and it wasn't gonna be one of those other girls from the late 90s that I've met off the internet. Me and this girl chatted every single day for hours on end. I would say we didn't chat on the phone, maybe twice. Most of our conversations were over the internet. I shared my pics, she shared hers. I never met this girl, but I felt such a connection to her, such a bond. And she kind of helped me, you know, as far as my drug usage, you know, just chatting with her, having someone to talk with. You know, I had a good job. It was my first real job. I was doing good. I slowed down on the drugs, the depression. I was on an up through talking with this girl. I was on a big up. So I was slowing down on the drugs, holding my job. And the reason why was because I was hoping to meet this person. I was like, well, she's not going to be with me if I'm on drugs, and if I don't have a job, and if I'm not making money. Well, one day in 2004, I was coming home from work, and I got online like I always do to chat with her. And the account had been deleted. Email address deleted. I tried to connect through a chat, and it said that user doesn't exist. I tried to connect or send emails, and I got a return address undeliverable. And she had 2 email addresses and 2 chat names. All of them were gone. They didn't exist anymore. And like that, it was over. A year and a half of chatting with someone over the internet. Someone who was helping me along, motivating me to get off drugs, helping my depression. I was on a big up. I was holding a job. I was doing really, really good. We talked, we chatted, we shared so much. We talked on the phone, like I said, only a few times, but she had a very sweet voice. She said I had a sweet voice. And we shared photos of each other. And out of the blue, gone. And I tried, and I was like, okay, well, maybe something happened with her internet, and she'll find me. Never again. Never heard from her again. And this is worse than actually meeting the girls. Yeah, I never met this girl, but this is worse because I actually felt something here. I actually felt this is it. This is the time. This is going to happen to me. And then one day, it's over. It's gone. It's done. And you know what I did a week after that? I started, I went out and went on a drug binge, and it led to me getting fired because I didn't show up for work for days. Got really, really depressed, really, really down. It's like, how can you talk to somebody for a year and a half and you think you're in, you think this is going to be the one, you basically, I fell in love with this person over the internet. I actually thought this was not going to be one of those girls. This was going to be real. I was trying to work and save the money up to potentially fly to meet this girl, and we had even discussed it. I was doing my part. My depression was easing. My anxiety was getting a little better. I had a pep in my step. People at work noticed it because when I first started working, the depression was still pretty prevalent and coming off, my drug usage and slowing down, so it was there. So I pretty much got myself sober and was talking to this girl, and I was so excited, I was so happy, and one day it's gone. She just out of the blue disappeared. Never heard from her again after a year and a half. And that set me on a spiral. Like I said, back to drugs. I went on a binge and didn't go to work for 4 days and lost my job, and I got heavy back into the drugs again. And not only was I doing my lower tabs and my cocaine and marijuana, but I had done a little crystal meth. After that, I started doing that. The crystal meth, what it did was it made me so numb that I didn't feel happy, sad, or nothing. No emotions. Crystal meth is a bad drug. I couldn't, I wasn't even worrying about working or anything like that. So after a year and a half, you think you're in love, you think you finally found the one, even though it was over the internet, but I didn't care because I felt such a connection with how we chatted, how we talked. We shared personal things with each other. Everything seemed good. She had got me doing well, got me to a good place, and it was all gone just like that. And never know what happened to her. And I don't want to go through that experience again, but I feel like the only way I'm ever going to meet anyone is through the internet. And now with YouTube video and me being able to do this, you can actually see me, hear me, see my words, feel my pain, and understand me better than through just through type chat. You can actually see the man that you potentially are going to hopefully take an interest in and maybe start something. But that really hurt, and I haven't discussed that before. And when I saw the adverts for Catfish, I was like, okay, well, I've dealt with that 4 times, but 5. And I'd only shared 4 of those experiences with you guys. And so I decided, and I thought about this for a little bit, but I decided that I would go ahead and share my 5th internet experience. So this is my 6th attempt at this, and through all those other 5, like I said, I've learned my lesson, I hope. I don't really think I'm going to meet anyone through this. I mean, all I can do is try, and that's all I'm doing. My anxiety and depression is too bad to do it actually the conventional ways, going out to bars and clubs or whatever. The traditional ways of meeting people. My anxiety and depression is too bad for that. So my only hope is the internet. And I've had 5 terrible experiences, and you would think I would be really scared. Yeah, I'm scared. But at the end of the day, I gotta try, I gotta do something. And who knows? Maybe this time it will be the one. So that Catfish show, I urge you guys on MTV. I think it premieres November 12th. It's on Tuesday nights. I urge you guys to watch it, and you'll understand more about me and what people like us went through. Because on that show, you're going to see people who are legit, and then you're going to see the side of people who think they're in love with somebody over the internet and find out it's completely a sham. And you're going to see their pain, their emotion, and how hurt they are, just like I was. This is a very good show, and I think with all the crap shows MTV has had over the years, this is one of their better ideas. I'm very proud to say that MTV is doing this. I've hated MTV for years for what they've done with like Jersey Shore, what The Real World has became, and various other shows like Teen Mom and stuff like that. But this Catfish show is actually the most realest show And it speaks to the times, because so many people fall in love with somebody over the internet, and more than not, it's a lie and it's a sham and it's a fake. But then there are some times, and the Catfish show will show this, where people are actually true and they've been honest and they finally meet the person in real life thanks to this show. Because so many people don't get a shot. I never got a shot. With the one serious one I just discussed that I was talking with, I never got that chance. One day it was all gone. So like I said, on this show you will see the sadness of it, but you're going to see the joy when the story and it checks out to be true and the people finally meet, and that's going to be joyous. So that's my conversation for today, and I shared a bit of my past here, and it hurts. It took me a while to even with the Catfish show, I was going to talk about that and my experiences, but it took me a minute just to decide if I was going to share that other experience, and bringing it up hurts really, really bad, and I'm almost to tears. I mean, I really want to cry right now thinking about it, but I feel like I need to share it because my channel is about being real, open, and honest. I'm a guy with mental illness, severe depression, severe social anxiety, borderline depression, and so did I just say that? I'm sorry. Severe depression, acute social anxiety, borderline bipolar disease. I just said depression. Anyways, that's my conversation for today, and I'm Strickland, and this has been Conversations with a Loner. Peace.